Hi, welcome back. I'm Annie Skizzlebash. Thanks for tuning in. And today's question is, how do I stop procrastination throughout the nation? Procrastination, it's awful, isn't it? It's the stealer of dreams, it's the snatcher of hopes, it's the thief of time, it's the thief of joy. It's awful. How do you overcome it? You've got these goals that you want to achieve, you've got these brilliant things you want to do and you want to be, but we can't get started. We can't follow through. What's going on? Or we stop after a few attempts. Here's what's going on. So when we have this goal, so let's say for example mine might be write a book, okay? Let's just say it's write a book. And so let's say tell myself, right, I'm going to write a book. That's what I'm going to do. So sitting down, and that's kind of what I've set the goal to be. So the idea of writing a book is so intimidating and so daunting. Yeah, even though I've written one, it's still daunting. And I think I'd much rather do these other things instead because it's easier. Our mind thinks, this is easier. That's stress. That's associated with stress. So I'm going to do the easy thing. So you go and do easier things like faff on social media or reply to emails or whatever it might be. But they're not the things that are going to get us to where we want to be. So the way you do it is you've got to take that great big mountain and slice up the mountain into little molehills, into bite-sized molehills, and lay a little trail of molehills. That's it. That's what we have to do. We have to slice up that goal into tiny activities. To begin with, that only takes 10 minutes to get started. That's all. That's all. Set a goal, 10 minutes. So for example, I was writing my book. Instead of saying, for example, which is what I started when I first wrote the first one, was I have to write a chapter a day. That I procrastinated when I set that as a target. So I made it even smaller. I said, write 500 words a day. That's it. 500 words a day. 500 words a day is like, imagine an A4 page, right? It's like that long. 500 words is like about that much. 800 is full page, about that much. Well, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. So that's how I got started. Every day, the minimum I had to do was 500 words a day. And then I finished it. Okay? The same if you're doing, for example, if you want to do exercise. If you want to do exercise every day, instead of saying run 5 kilometers, make it smaller. Let's say 200 meters. Now you might be thinking, well, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to lose any weight. I'm not going to get in the shape I want if I only run 200 meters a day. Here's the thing. By setting the bar really, really small, you're setting yourself up for success. By setting the bar smaller, you set yourself up for success instead of stress. Because when the activity is associated with stress, you're more likely to not do it. Increases the likelihood of procrastinating. But when you set it up for success, you're now creating this new habit loop in your mind. That's what you're doing. Because you do it and then you dopamine rush. You do it, a dopamine rush, and then soon enough you then anticipate the success. Then the anticipation of the activity is associated with joy instead of stress, success instead of stress. That's using your brain's natural habit loop. That's why we're addicted to social media. It's not the actual, when you click on your Facebook and then you see it, you don't feel good afterwards. No, it's before. It's the before feeling that pulls you and tugs you to it. That's the addiction, the motive. Dopamine is associated with motivation that makes you move and do something. That's basically why we're addicted, right? It's the anticipation of, how many likes have I got? Let me look at my phone. And then you click on it and then there's whatever. It doesn't care about the after. It's just the before. That's why they're empty. They're empty rewards. That's why it's so unfulfilling. Whereas when you're doing something like running or exercise, you do you make the hurdle small. So you get success, success, success. And then soon enough, this bit becomes the addictive bit, the motivational bit, because then you anticipate that. You're anticipating that. Does that make sense? So you're hacking your brain to associate the activity, the small activity that leads towards your goal as success. That's the key to overcoming procrastination. When you get started, you need to link those activities to success instead of stress. You do that by setting a really low bar and do it every day. You've got to have the bare minimum, so that it just takes you 10 minutes to get started, okay? Once you get started, you've got the rush, you've got the hit. So say, for example, one of your goals is to grow, make 50 grand in the next few months. You need to do some certain activities, right? And to get started, set the bar really low. And then once you've made, for example, 2 calls a day or 3 calls a day, you'll get high from achieving that goal. You will feel like doing more. Okay, that won't always happen, but that typically happens because that's what happens in your brain. Okay, so that's how you beat procrastination. Set the bar really low, set the activity associated with success instead of stress. Then you're more likely to do it rather than avoid it. Okay, I hope you found this useful, and don't forget to share and subscribe as well, here or there, wherever it is, and I will see you in another episode. Bye.